Good evening, people. Welcome to Reach Out and that. Too bad if you see me, I'm a little bit heated right now. That dice got me so hot right. Woo! Marie. Dice got me so hot right now. Dice, I'm finna bust his little bubble. He said we ain't have, woo! We got Cecil Henderson in the house over there. He over there. Cecil's a minister. Cecil is a minister. Somebody Bible, somebody. Lolo, y'all, that's Lolo doing that. You know, Lolo knows, but she didn't know not to have her volume up. Hey, how y'all doing, man? We glad to be here today. I got Lolo, but Lolo is in the house.
What
and,
up?
How you pronounce your name?
Shatila.
Shatila.
Y'all call me Tila. Everybody call me Tila.
Okay, Tila's in the house.
I said Dice said, but Shalita, everything under the sun.
Yeah, okay. But anyway, we have Dads here also. That's I call him Splack, but his name's Cecil Henderson. And I done calmed down a little bit too, Bill. Ooh, wait, boy, if the police would have passed by here a minute ago, they'd have thought we was up in here. Right. Me and Lolo had Dice bagged all the way up in the corner. I promise you, bro, we hit him about 3 or 4 knockout blows.
Sure did. He telling the truth, too, Bill. He telling the truth.
Oh, man, we keep putting out, we at counts, but we got to have this. We just got to have this debate. I just know it because it's going to be something else. Because this man is adamant about, Dice really believe that they stole this election. Bro, he really does. He really believe all the things that Donald Trump is saying. He ain't light-skinned for nothing. Light-skinned used to them being Dice. Oh, man, it's all in fun, you know. But anyway, folks, I read a guy sent an email to Reaching Out with Eddie. And he had the East Mississippi Businessman, whatever, the EMBDCA, what is it, Lo? Whatever they call it, East Mississippi Business Community, whatever, development. It's EMBDC, I think, East Mississippi Business Development Community. They had their annual meeting talking about all the things they done. They hadn't done anything. And it's sad that they continue to pay these people money. And if they was actually earning their money, unemployment would be lower than what it is. So there'd be jobs around here. We don't have any real businesses coming in here. Talking about restaurants and hotels, those are not real business. Those are not life paying. They don't pay a life saving wage. You can't live life with those type of business. And y'all see how I talk sometimes. Sometimes I say the wrong thing. If Dice was to have anything to do with it, he'll say I have dementia. Yeah. I had to throw that in there. But anyway, it's I speak on the fly sometime, but Dice is pretty adamant that I went all the way back into his birth. They got them old films, the real films. I seen it. I got to tell my story. He was stuttering them, and he had all kind of problems in school because of his speech impediment. And he overcame that, and now he's our president of the United States. Donald Trump done lost his damn mind. I don't know what's going on. Everybody turning on the vice president. It seems that it's only 2 news media that are right. That's what, Newsweek and NTD? Yeah, that's it, NTD and Newsweek. Those are those very, very, very conservative news. One of them are owned by the Chinese people. I think that's NTD, and Newsweek came into it. And everybody that was fired from Fox works for these people. But anyway, those are Dice's source. But he don't accept anything anybody else is saying. He's accepting that. He ready to strike in a minute. Oh, see, I knew he was getting ready to strike. Hey, too bad. Dice got to be. He let me tell my story. You know, I'm a twisted. You know. But anyway, we're gonna get on to our program today. We got Devon Hardy sisters in the house, and she's gonna actually tell you better than what I told you. How you been doing, Tila? Oh, she ain't ready yet. Okay, well, let me just talk about it first. Lo, what's going on with you?
Not a thing. I'm just tickled pink about Dice.
Lo, you was going to take his head off today, weren't you?
Trump. Oh, I was ready.
Dice ready too, ain't you, Dice? Dice said he stay ready. Always, bro, always. Man, I'm tell you what, people, when we do have this, do you think we need to do this Tuesday? No, we don't need to wait. We need to do this Tuesday. What you say, Dice?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You don't sound with confidence.
You know what? Every week he go back and try to dig, try to find things that fit Trump narrative every week.
Here's what we need. We need for you guys to actually judge who win this, because we already know that we're going to keep our opinions that we have. And so we need you guys to judge this. We're going to have this Tuesday low. We having it Tuesday. Ain't no more delays or anything like that. I hope the Marine Police Department don't go out and kill somebody else, and that'll put things off, and that's no pun intended. But
they just might now.
I'm telling you. How about Willie tried to get his cell phone from Chris Reed? Guess what Chris Reed told him?
Wouldn't let him get it.
He told him the feds had it.
That's a lie.
Chris Reed, you ought to quit telling the damn lie about the feds. That's a lying man. And folks, that's the same lie he told with Levi Gibbs. Said the feds had it. And I'm finna educate you people. The feds do not need your cell phone. But they can't get anything from you without a warrant from a judge. Y'all remember Terrell Thomas, you know, Stacey's husband. He got in trouble because he had a phone, but he wanted to get that information, so he had to get a warrant, and he forced the judge's signature. And so if Chris Reed was telling the truth, then he would have gotten a warrant. You can't get anybody personal property without a warrant, and you don't need the cell phone. Well, then once you get a warrant, then the judge will authorize you to go to that cell phone company, and you get a history of all. You can get everything. You get the text messaging. You can go in their Facebook page. You can do everything. I mean, they don't need your phone, though.
Didn't have a warrant when they got the phone, but I guarantee you got one now. It went back and backdated it.
Well, that's Robert Jones, and you know, people keep asking me about him. I'm always talking about Robert Jones. Some people that are new to the show, they might have came on with you. They don't know what Robert Jones actually did. So while we getting Tila ready and we talk about this, I want to talk about what Robert Jones did. What Robert Jones did, folks, is that he represented Greg Gilliam and Tammy. He was a friend of the family. And so when Tammy wanted to divorce her husband, Greg, and all you guys know J&J Tire over here, they make millions of dollars every year selling tires and doing other things there. And so she wanted to divorce, so Greg left. He's her husband, so he left. And so when he left, he took money with him. And so once she filed for her divorce, the first thing Robert Jones, through Mitchell Thomas at the time out of Union, was the lead attorney. They did so much crooked stuff, folks. Mitchell Thomas got off of that. Smart man, he got out of it. But what he did is that they started filing motion. You need to bring the money back. Instead of, it's marital assets. So what they were supposed to do, people, they supposed to, anytime you marry someone and you divorce, any property that you occur while you married is community property. It has to be divided by the courts. And so now understand that when Gilliam went there, the business was making, say, about probably maybe $80,000, $90,000, $100,000 a year.
He helped him make more.
You can just say $300,000. We go up to $300,000. And he helped. The first year he added about, and he was there about 15 years, about $800,000. The first year they made $800,000. He's the one. All the growth y'all see at J&J Tire, Greg Gilliam did that. And so, you know, it was just a little small place, and he made it grow. And so you understand, Tammy's also, she married the original person from the 1970s that started when I had my Roadrunner. So she married and inherited from her husband being dead. And so Greg grew it so it's community property. Then he went up like $1-2 million a year. So let's say in those 15 years that's there, he grew that business by about $15 to $20 million, folks. So if he grew that business by $15 to $20 million, and that's the kind of money they're making, they haven't occurred, and they done bought all this stuff, then they have to divide. They have to do an equitable division. They didn't have any children. So we can just say they have to go out and appraise everything and see what it's worth. And once they see what everything is worth, they probably, Greg, he left with more than $1 million. He left with probably about $1,075,000. It was his money.
Yeah,
if it wasn't his money, you know, it was his money. It was in the bank account. Hold up, he still left. Tuba, let me tell my story. He still left millions of dollars in the account. Well, he left about $300,000, $400,000, $500,000, $700,000, $800,000, $900,000 in the account. But it still continued to make money. But everything is paid for and all this stuff there. And so you have to actually, she still owe Greg. If he left with her, she still owe him. If they actually get a divorce and do it right, she still owe him about $7 million. I'm just telling you the truth. They were so crooked, they started fining him $1,000 a day. You can't fine nobody $1,000 a day. I'm talking about a day. This is what Primo started doing. Illegal stuff. So I filed a bar complaint against him. I helped the man file a bar complaint, and they dismissed it. They said he still have what you call court review. Meaning that you don't like the decision there, you still can appeal it to the different court of view. But they kept on too, but they just found the thing was that they put him on the NCIC because he had not committed a crime. And how about they add his father in on the divorce law? His father don't even live here and never been to Mississippi before. Primo so crooked and Robert Jones, they Tammy's divorcing Greg now and got Keith like she married to him, and that's his dad.
How old the dad?
Man, about 80 years old.
Probably we get his dad, he'll get scared and come back.
No, and they had no business doing it like that, and so they put it on the NCIC. Solid wouldn't do it, and so Robert Jones signed paperwork and had them do it at the City of Meridian. That's the illegal thing that they did, and I want to inform the FBI. Man, the FBI stormed Missouri. So Robert Jones going to get his, and they already done talked to him. So he kind of shake when I come around because he already know I'm like you, I'm going to tell. But the thing, they shouldn't be afraid of anybody, but they ain't just not started doing corrupted things, crooked things they always been doing. They've been doing it, but now people like you and I are speaking up and exposing them, and they hate it. So we really do have to be careful. We do. But so Willie Ruffin, they tomorrow what we'll be doing is we'll be going and filing. We're gonna file some things. Some people say that go and file a complaint. What? Why in the world you gonna take the fox and put it in the chicken house? Why are we gonna go to Chris Reed, corrupt ass, and ask him to do something to the police? We're just gonna file a lawsuit. We're gonna go into justice court. We don't have to serve the city notice or anything like that. We can go straight into justice court and make them pay for those cell phones. And not only that, expose them. Personally, you like all this negative publicity that your new chief of police is creating for you? But anyway, Tila, we got them now, Dice? We shook up Dice so bad, folks. I'm just telling you, me and Lo shook him up so bad, I think he unplugged something over there. He fell out like I did when I first heard he voted for Trump. I fell out in here. I fainted. Tila, how you been doing? I know it's horrible for you and everything, but I'm making her smile, you know, but I know she don't have much to smile about. Could you tell people, like, what's going on, what happened to your brother as you know it and as you're able to tell it?
I'm doing okay, thank you for asking.
Yeah.
My brother, we still don't actually know what happened because they still haven't yet, gave us any pictures, talked to my mom or anything like that to say, to show the proof that he hung himself. If he hung himself, then show us the proof, like a picture where he hung himself.
Because that's what they're supposed to do. That's what they're supposed to do. Anytime you come upon a body, it's a crime scene, and you got to take pictures, and you got to do forensic evidence. It cannot be contaminated. They didn't do any of those things.
We have yet seen one picture.
It was a young man that came up to y'all. I call him John Doe. Could you tell the people what John Doe said happened?
Yeah. Man, we call him Man Davian.
The other guy.
Was in the car with my brother Man and said that the police pulled him over.
This the same day that he was killed.
The same day that they said he was in the house where he was barricaded.
You gotta let me tell my story, Miss Tube. But you got Miss Kenny Tube. Now I'm just kind of saying we just think he was killed. That's all. Go ahead, tell your story the way you want to.
Well, John Doe said that they was in the car, and the police two white police pulled them over and told both of them to get out the car, as you stated yesterday. And my man did get out the car, but he said that the police pulled a stick out, pulled my man out the car, and just two of the police started beating him. Said my man was fighting back, but they overpowered when they beat him. They left him there. He called the ambulance himself. We got pictures and all kind of pictures to prove to go against what they saying because they have yet showed us anything. So we just trying to see why they ain't showed us no answers, showed us no picture, gave us no answers, or showed us no pictures, I'm trying to say.
And, I showed his body, Dice, show it again, his chest, and you can see where something hit. Probably, they call it a P3, it's a baton.
It's like a distinct type of bruise across his chest because any type of bruises, anybody know a bruise when they see a bruise, but this bruise that's on his chest, that's the most concerned bruise that we got because it's like letters or something like that, like how it's imprinted on his chest. Like it's not just like a regular bruise; it's a distinct type of bruise. But if he hung himself, then show us the picture. That's okay. If he hung himself, we'll be fine with it. If you can show us the proof, the proof that he done it, then that's okay. But
in other words, closure. They should have did what Percy Bland did when he became mayor that time. The first time.
They should have done their job.
That fake lynching thing.
That was the second time.
They did it. Yeah, the second time. Yeah,
they should have done their job.
Yeah.
Because if he hung himself to show us the proof is okay, then we'll know for sure that he done it.
I just don't think.
They never did an autopsy, by the way. You said they did an autopsy, but the funeral home done it. That's the way they embalmed. That's the way the lady said that's the way they embalmed him, and the incision on the side is where she drained the blood. She said herself. I got plenty more pictures. I took like over 200 pictures of my brother's body. Like, it's still more than that. I just sent you those to give you an insight because, like...
Tell what you saw when you went into that apartment they said that he was in. How you said that
First of all, the apartment is 3 doors in there. It's a front door, back door, and a side door. They said he barricaded himself in there for 3 hours, which we got all the time now, which that can't be true. So, if he barricaded himself in there for 3 hours... Y'all say y'all got him out of there in the ambulance through the side door. Okay. It's a bike at the side door. You know, too much information I want to give out. But if you got a stretcher inside the side door, how come the bike is still at the side door? How come? So you still would bring the stretcher in and put the bike back right there like nothing ever happened?
Yeah, I understand. In other words, that the apartment that they said that they got the body out, they brought him out the side door, is boxes and things like that.
His bicycle. He had a bike inside.
No, I just explaining it.
Okay.
But it's a bicycle there, so the bike never moved, and you could look and tell that it had never been disturbed, and so they took.
The apartment had never been disturbed. The apartment is clean as like nothing was never out of like it was never a ruckus, like never a disturbance. It was just all clean.
And they would have apartments that they would have a key to when they use drug buys or to set people up and things like that. And they're so connected and so corrupt. They took their time out. And it's my opinion is that they killed him. He was dead or dying when I think the
ambulance had already came and had my brother inside the ambulance because it was people standing out, but they was calling us. They was like, they think they're doing chest compressions on me, man, this, that, and third, but I just want to see who saw that he came out on the stretcher.
Who said that they did chest compressions on him?
People was calling, or I was at work. Me and my sister both were working at the same job at the same time. I was at work I got off work at 4 o'clock, so I probably got calls around 2 something, but not to say like my brother had passed away or anything, but to say like they had Highway 19 blocked off. I work at on Highway 19. I'm not going to say where I work at, but I work on Highway 19. So they were like, why they got Highway 19 blocked off? I'm like, I don't know, but, you know, I got to call my mom there and everything, you know, because at the time we know what we know, but at the same time, it wasn't 3 hours that they had my brother barricaded in that house for 3 hours because they said that they throw the flash drive or something like that inside the house. But the back door is where he had the refrigerator blocking the door where no one can, you know, come in. But
so the refrigerator was still at the back door?
Everything was still in place. That's what we don't understand.
So, and what about the front door? Was it open? Or?
Nobody never came to the front door due to the next door neighbor.
How were y'all able to get into the apartment? It wasn't locked?
It's open.
It's open? It's still open?
I don't know right to this day if it's still open.
Oh, they going to secure it now. They going to go in there and do our thing, but it's good they took it.
Well, we already got pictures to date of it. Like, while we was at the hospital, my sister immediately went to the apartment. While the cops wasn't even there, took pictures. Like, everything was still intact. He couldn't hang himself for the ceiling because the ceiling's like probably like yay high like this.
Yeah, it's not high enough.
It's not high enough. The closets in and out, they like just assumptions just throwing out because we ain't seen the pictures like where he hung himself from, whether it was the balcony, whether it was from the ceiling. We haven't seen the pictures.
Did they say they have pictures?
They told my mom that she won't be able to get the pictures, but she'll be able to get the autopsy. But how she gonna get the autopsy when my brother never had an autopsy? Yeah. They told us that he had an autopsy November the 16th.
Who told you he had an autopsy?
He was in Rankin County where they sent his body to. We was calling. My brother was gone for like 3.5 weeks, almost something like that. Wow. But never done an autopsy on him. You had him over there for that long for what?
Because they're covering up things, and if he was,
I think his bodies was swollen and beating from them, beating him, so they had to take him over there, hide him, whatever the case may be. Because if you never did an autopsy on him, why was he over there for 3 weeks?
Yeah, and they did my daughter like that. They said they did an autopsy on her. They didn't do an autopsy on her.
They never did one.
Yeah, and they supposed to. When young people die, they supposed to do an autopsy on them. On the old people, if they suspect foul play, but young people, it's like automatically they supposed to. But they don't want to do anything.
But if they so know that he hung himself, then why would y'all need an autopsy?
Yeah.
Because y'all ordered the autopsy.
Yeah. They still would do an autopsy because when you can kill a person and hang them, see. So they didn't want to do an autopsy because it would probably show broken bones, things like that. Say if his lungs was punctured and he died from internal bleeding. Mm-hmm. So it would, I know y'all having the funeral tomorrow, right?
Right.
Yeah, were y'all able to get a forensic specialist to come in?
Still, that's like $7,000, girl.
Yeah.
$7,000. When they said that they did one, but I guess that's the way it is.
When you know when you guys do, when you don't do an autopsy right.
Yep, it's just like they win like, at the end of the day, because we'll never know.
Yeah.
I didn't know the funeral home cut your neck.
They do.
I specifically asked her what they come. Why is that right there? She said she done it. That's the way that they embalm now. I specifically asked her about that on his neck. But I guess
I was wondering what that was, because when they do an autopsy, they cut the head.
Well, they didn't do that, and then they opened the chest up.
They did.
Yeah, when you flashed the picture Tuesday on the show, I was looking for the cut. I didn't see the cut.
So they would just lie, and if you're not sure, then you shouldn't be doing it. But not lie and say that you did it on the exact date and you never done one.
Yeah, they didn't do one on my daughter either. They have so many people that are dying, and I think perhaps maybe they're understaffed or for whatever reason, so they're backlogged and they're allowing for some counties. But we really do need to try to come up with some money. I wish you guys would have said something to us. We probably could have helped you guys.
I was trying. I've been like asking people questions, not like for money, because I know at the end of the day, like everybody not gonna give money. I know it's hard times for everybody.
Yeah.
So it's just like a lose situation. But we just want to know what happened to our brother at the end of the day. If he hung himself, then show us. If he didn't, then we still want to know what happened to him, because it about to show like y'all done something to him.
Yeah.
It wasn't no chairs or tables inside the apartment?
No, man. That was empty house.
So it was nothing he could have stood on to hung himself?
At all.
Okay, the guy...
So how did they say he did it? Did he throw... If he throw it, could you get to
they just said he hung himself. On the news, you remember they said it was a self-inflicted wound.
Yeah.
I was trying to understand what that meant. Then they told my mom that he hung himself.
Well, let me ask you this. Was it anyway... What about the balcony? Don't they have a balcony?
There's no way possible. Like I told you, he would have to ran and jump.
That's right.
He would have broken neck.
Would have pulled the head off.
Yeah, something. Like, it would still would have been bruised around his neck, but my brother had nothing. Like, I literally laid on my brother taking pictures.
You can show that dice where on the side, where it says side of face, the side of face.
They choked him, beat him.
Because they were so angry because
I don't think the witness would say, like, he called me all the time, like, he don't want to miss the funeral, he don't want to. He just called, like, I literally know the witness. Like, literally, I've been hanging with the witness way before, like, that I knew that he was in the car with my brother.
Did he take any pictures or anything himself when he made the 911 call? Wouldn't it be record of him making that 911 call?
I took a screenshot of it, but my phone did. It sent it to my sister.
But you did. That's all. You don't have to shoot.
I did.
So it's something going on.
He called 911. I'm trying to why he called 911. But he actually called 911 from his phone. But...
And Lord, what you think? You think we can raise the money?
What did the ask this question?
You think
the guy John Doe? Where was he? What ended up happening to the body when they beat him? What happened?
He said he was laid there. I said, "Was my
brother?"
He move? I said, "Was my brother moving or anything like that?" I said, "Did you go over there to check on my brother? Try to do to the face? You were riding in the car with him. You know my brother. Like we actually been knowing him years prior to the time." But he said, like, he wasn't moving. I was like, did you think, like, he was already dead? He was like, yeah, he was already dead. He was already dead. So he called the ambulance. He said the ambulance came and got him. He left, he said, he left the car and the keys at the place where they pulled him over, somewhere in North Hill area. Like, he could never give us the exact place or nothing like that. So, but what he said matched to my brother's body, because if he was just in the house hanging, then his body wouldn't be so bruised, and like his body real bruised up. Them just had for the pictures, like it's just
and show the face dice for how
to see it is to be like like it just don't make any sense.
Look what they did to him when the first one, the older one. It says in November. Just see how he looked there, people. If they could do that to him. And they did that in Broadland in the village apartment, Lo. You remember when that happened. That's the first picture they're showing now.
Oh, that was that night.
It was that night.
When they beat his face. That was that night.
Yeah. And people stood around and saw that?
No, they were actually inside the apartment. They had came back the first time. They didn't find. They came back the second time. And that's when they beat him and caught him in the apartment,
So
but nobody was inside the apartment when they beat him. They beat him bad then.
So it happened. So, folks, I stand corrected. I said they pulled him out in the streets and beat him too bad. Too bad you know I tell my stories. But we got the people here that actually know. So they beat him in the apartment like that with nobody around.
In the village.
So who took the picture? They did. They took that picture.
No, my family was out there.
Oh wow. Yeah. So they took the picture with him holding, and it was 2 white officers, no black officers. It was
Boyd out there. It was a couple of my mom and them got out of.
What's their name?
Boyd was out there the first time. I seen his.
Boyd.
Boyd. You know, Detective Boyd, whatever his name. He was out there the first time.
Kevin Boyd.
Kevin Boyd.
Yeah. He was out there when the white man. He was out there the first time. While they beat my mom, they got out a picture with with man on there and the police that was out there in the village. We got pictures of so many.
It was more than 2 white.
Yeah, it was more than 2 white officers out there that night. I'm talking about 2 officers that pulled my brother and his witness over that ended up causing his death. Because my brother was never in that department. I don't care what anybody
Percy Bland, you going to pay for this, man. I'm telling you, you're going to pay at the polls. This is really bad that we keep getting young.
Because Detective Anderson surely said to my mama that she would not get any pictures, but she would get the autopsy papers. But you can't get her that because you never saw my body.
But what we going to do is we going to change this administration. We'll get all those pictures and understand that ain't no statute of limitation on this kind of stuff. And what we can do if we get this administration changed and get this criminal organization.
Yeah, I vote for Percy Bland. Then I got pictures in my phone with that man. He's so wrong for that.
That crooked ass bastard. Like
he got pictures of me too, but that's what he does. It don't mean anything.
It's all politics. But I just want to know what happened to my brother. Just if he killed himself, then show us. Then we'll be fine with it.
And
but we don't got no closure to they just basically want us to believe what they say. That he hung himself and just go on back.
It is.
It's not
we need
true.
Folks, I got to tell y'all, we need to do something. We need to raise the money. If we could raise the money.
$7,000 is hard to get. And
I didn't ask you that. I just asked you if we could raise the money, could y'all delay the funeral?
My mom delayed it. Like, we delayed this the second time.
But you didn't let us know.
I understand we did.
I'm just asking if we can raise the money. Okay, we come up with that money for an independent examiner. You don't think we can? I think
Can you find somebody cheaper than $7,000?
We called.
Is that the same person? Yeah, Alabama. How much they charge?
They said $7,500 the least they can do.
Yeah, that's it. That's the price, $7,500. Ain't nobody gonna do it less than that. But it'll actually give his cause of death.
Michael Grace, he said he can, if we could come up with $3,000-$4,000 or something like that, because I be talking to him to ask him what
we still can hear it, yeah. You might as well go ahead on.
Yeah, Michael Grace, he helped me out with pointers on what to say, how to do, and go about things about, And
he said we can come up with how much?
At least $4,000 or something like that. Then he'll share it to his page, and he's sure his followers try to help donate and do whatever they can.
If Michael Grace can if we can come up, I said that we can come up with that. I said we can. I believe we can. I think we could come up with $3,000 to $4,000, and Michael Grace can come up with the rest. I commit
because
to that.
He's going to watch and he want me to share this podcast, and he's going to share it.
Tell Michael Grace. You call Michael Grace up and tell him that if he can come up with $4,000, we'll come up with $3,500.
We'll come watching.
Mike, we'll come up with it. We need to do this. We don't need to. Splack. We just cannot. We cannot allow for him to be buried, because then it'll take a court order for him to come up out of the ground. And if the family do cremation, then that's the end of it. So we need to step in, Lord. We can't. We're not gonna get a court order, and cremation is the end. So we don't need to do that. We need to do this ourselves. So I'm going to take it to our church and everything. And all my friends out there that are watching this, my family, we need to do this. We need to come up with this money so that the family can get justice for their son. I just about know they murdered him. Well, I got a pretty good idea who probably did it too, because that's what they do.
It's the dude, he said he got tattoos up in have a mohawk. But I can't. I try to find his picture on that.
We already know who it is.
Yeah.
We already know who it is. That's the same people that beat Levi Gibbs. The same two. Now the ones that got Alex Lee and Matthew Spears. Those are the two people you just described.
No. I try to look them up.
That's what they do. We know them.
So let me ask this. Did a Metro come on North Hill Street to pick them up?
That's what the witness said.
It's going to be record of that. Metro ain't gonna lose. I hope ain't nobody gonna finna go to jail for this. No, look here. I know your mom, Barbara. Y'all got to talk to her. Tell her to hold up. We gonna get to our top. We just need one more. We hold up. I promise you, we gonna do this. Okay. All right, we're gonna do this. It's Michael Grace, and you gotta reach out. You should have reached out to her, me.
I'll talk to Lola a little bit, but not as much as I should.
You should have told us, hey, we need to raise some money. Don't you agree, Dice? We need to do this.
I'm not going, but I have to respect what my mom.
How much can the family come up with? We'll
do whatever it takes. Like we'll take out loans, we'll take out whatever it takes. Just like
Okay, tell your mama I know.
We ain't rich, but we ain't broke at the end of the day.
But we gonna help. We need to do this. We need to do this. It ain't necessary. Funerals are not important. What's important is that this here get done.
For my brother because
this got to be done. Justice for him, and justice for him is justice for all of us. We got to get this done. There's no way that we can allow for him to be buried because ain't no judge around here gonna exhume his body because the guys around here doing this.
They don't want it to be in their hands because they'll cover up a lot. Like. They cover up.
Okay, well, y'all already talked to the guy. Go ahead. Let's just go ahead and do this. Let's just set this up for probably. Tell him maybe Monday. Maybe Monday we should have the money. If Michael Grace got his, we gonna have ours.
I'm gonna call him when I get out of here. So I'm gonna turn my phone because he told me to call him when I get out of here. Share the podcast. He gonna do what he can.
Yeah, we got to people. This is wrong. This is what we've been talking about. And Kim, this is your fault. This is your fault too, Dwayne Davis. It's your fault, George Thomas, Fannie Mae Johnson. It's your fault. The only person fault is not is Weston Linderman because he's been speaking about this. He asked for an investigation. Hey, you guys allow for the Meridian Police Department to be investigated. Her brother could possibly be alive to this day because the corruption would have been uprooted.
What kind of car? It's a black car with the window, with the passenger side dent.
Girl, you better be quiet before you end up getting killed yourself.
We ain't gonna let that happen.
No, we ain't gonna let that happen, baby.
I ain't let.
We already know.
He don't want that trouble.
If I died, I died.
No, who's she talking about?
You know what you're talking about.
She's talking about Alex Lee. And
I don't want them to cover themselves up. Don't say the name. I don't want you to cover yourself up.
You can't take it up. I already got them on video already from when they beat Levi Gibbs. These are the same officers. This is what they do.
Why would the witness go out of his way and try to get his own self in trouble to make up their whole
story? He the one need to kind of hide out. He's the one that.
But a lot of people don't know that. Like we don't talk about.
But what we need to do is we need to take him to an attorney's office tomorrow and get a deposition from him, certified. We need to get a video from him and all that, and we're gonna do that because we need to protect him. But we need to have this already because they already just about know who he is because you understand.
They know they left him to. Like he wouldn't say nothing. Like I still don't understand that.
Because they left because of me and her. Because we gonna talk about it. We got them already from what they did to Levi Gibbs. They left because the feds is already investigating them for Levi Gibbs.
They left.
And then they lied on Levi Gibbs, just like they lied on Willie Ruffin. Mm-hmm. They lied on him and saying something that he did that he didn't do.
And got the man phone.
Got that man. First they told that he chewed through the metal. Because my brother had shackles on when he escaped from the city. They told us all kind of stories until they finally said.
Can you tell your brother how your brother get out those shackles? Do you know?
This man already know.
I already know. I'm gonna tell you, folks, when we want to be. I got out of handcuff. I still got the little scar on my arm and leg irons. You can come out. We gonna come out of it.
Something must be wrong with the teeth.
Uh-huh.
He ain't chewed through no damn metal. Y'all beat that damn man up. He ain't chewed through no damn metal.
No, he didn't.
His teeth fed.
He can't do that anyway.
A former shift commander. Y'all can tell that bullshit and lie to somebody else, MPD. He ain't chewed through no fucking metal.
Yeah.
That's a damn lie. They beat that
man.
And
how about I said this, folks? I said that. I said, I didn't know. I said, this is me talking. I said, but it's the MO of Matthew Spears and Alex Lee. I said, that's the MO. You remember once we put so much heat on them that Joe Spears, who worked with East Mississippi Drug Task Force, is Matthew Spears' brother, getting with Jim Williams and gonna set my son up. You know, that's just how they do. That's this corruption around here. Once we start fighting this, if we can change out this administration, we got to. It's never been so bad for us around here. It's never been so bad. Even when they was lynching, when I was a little kid, even when Emmett Till was lynched, we didn't have to worry about that because we stayed in our place. Man, this is horrible. And
Mr. Hope, The young man went to someone's place and cut those shackles off.
Yeah.
He cut those shackles at that apartment.
Don't say what about.
Huh?
That's what we heard.
What apartment?
Where they killed him at. Where they so-called killed him at. That's what they said.
That's what they say. They just telling a lie. They just telling them lies.
He didn't have no shackles.
And it's not.
I'm gonna tell
He
you.
didn't have no shackles on when they got him out of there.
Let me tell you something. He didn't have no shackles on because the day before, I was up there in College Park. You got a beer salon here. You got Big Lots next to it. When I went inside the store, he was staring at me as I was going inside the store. When I come outside the store, he walked up to me. Now, I don't know your brother, but he knew me. Miss Lolo, can I get a few dollars? I give him a few dollars, and I told him, listen, dude, you need to duck off. I knew exactly who he was. He didn't have no damn shackles on then, and that was the day before.
Yeah, they lying about that.
They
He didn't
lying.
cut him off there.
What
they trying to make you think that he had tools and things to do things to himself, but they lying about that. And you know what's really bad about it? That is, what you guys are proving that there's not any good cops in with Meridian Police Department, because y'all know that these guys are rogue. You know that they're covering this thing up. And how about Matthew Spiller, Ellie Lee? Y'all gonna end up in federal prison behind this, because we gonna get an autopsy. We got to. I'm gonna make sure of that. Time y'all leave, I'm gonna start doing the same thing. I'm calling my contact group up. I was gonna call them up because I'm gonna be running against Dwayne Davis, but family, y'all that's looking at me, y'all know who I call up, the ones with the money. I'm gonna be calling you up. I'm gonna be asking for money for this family right here, the Hardy family, and because this is really bad, Lord.
Come on, he shoot through the middle. That son of a bitch don't even know how he fucking escaped. They still talking about days later. They still investigating to see how he escaped.
Yeah.
Hell, y'all probably let him go so y'all can kill him.
We said.
Shit.
You think so?
Cause who's to say?
Yeah. That's what we gonna say. You my friend right there. We tell our story, don't we?
Yeah, I ain't
That's what I'm talking about. She's been my source, and I talked to Barbara. Barbara is her mom. She's really fearful, and I don't blame her. She's fearful. She don't want to lose another child, and she definitely don't want anything to happen to herself. And these guys will do that. If they killed him and left him in the streets like that, because they had to go and plan, the ambulance probably picked him up. Already knew what was going on. Mm-hmm. I bet it took a minute
because they brought him through the back way of the Northgate Apartments. Not up Highway 19.
No, I ain't talking about then. I'm talking when they beat him in the streets. When they beat him in the streets, ask your source how long it took for the ambulance to get there. I bet it took a while. The reason why it took a while, because they had to change clothes and get in the uniform themselves. It ain't going to be an ambulance driver. There ain't going to be no record low. I guarantee you, if you kill somebody, you're going to go there in the ambulance, and either they're going to send somebody else there in the ambulance, somebody else corrupt, probably was one of his brothers. Y'all get mad at me. Shoot, I'm having me a security guard, so I got cameras everywhere and snipers on the roof. Now, so y'all come here and mess with me if you want to.
And he didn't barricade himself in no apartment for no 3 hours. I just so happened to be up there at Sammy Davidson complex, walking my fat ass around the complex. And I saw the officer up there, and me being nosy, I drove around to see what they were doing, and they was up there checking out their gears. And when they left, I followed their ass straight to the apartment where they went to.
Yeah.
It wasn't no damn 3 hours.
My brother died, but we was at the hospital at 3 o'clock. The coroner came around 3 o'clock, 3:13. My brother died at 3 o'clock. So what time y'all got up there? Y'all wasn't up there like 11 o'clock and like
Man, you know what?
1 o'clock or something.
You know what's really perplexing in all this is Alex Lee and Matthew Spears knows who to pull over. They know who to pull over. They pulled Levi Gibbs on. They knew what they were doing. Yeah, from what I was told, that they were supposed to kill him. That's what I was told now, that they were supposed to kill him. And how about they tried. They sure tried.
They beat the hell out of him. They were rocking the front of that vehicle, the way they were beating it. The front of the vehicle shaking.
And then, I was telling y'all this, is that Dwayne Davis didn't have nothing to say when he showed that picture. His face, the first one, November picture. People, do you know I sent this picture here to Fannie Mae Johnson and Dwayne Davis, and they didn't have anything to say? I'm talking about, I said, so this doesn't bother you? They did not say one word. These people that represent us, and I sent it to Weston Linderman. He said, wow, where did that happen at? He said, that happened in Meridian? I said, yes. He said, I'm going to ask for an investigation, but you understand he can't even do it by himself. let me tell you now. I sent it to Fannie Mae Johnson and Western Linderman. Marie Franklin sent the picture to Dwayne Davis and Kim Bernard Houston. Dwayne Davis did not respond.
And what did Kim say?
He said that he wasn't coming back alive, that he was going to kill himself or something to that effect.
And Kim Houston, where in the hell did you hear that lie from? Where did you hear that from, Kim?
And then what that got to do with
she
it?
Just don't give a. She just don't give a.
She don't care. Man, what that got to do? But what that got to do with it? Look how he was beat. He was beat like that before he was killed. People, show that picture again.
Right.
That's how he was beat the first time they arrested him. Now show the picture where it says side of the face. Now that's how he looked after they beat him the second time, because they murdered that man. And that's sad, and we want justice on that. We're going to take a break, and we're going to take our comments, okay? Dice Man, take us to break. Folks, welcome back. People, it's sad what has happened to this family, but it's not just affecting them, it's affecting all of us. It was the Gibbs family months ago, it's the Harder family now, and it's going to be somebody else, but they already, those are not the only one. It's someone else I think got killed in jail. I think, and this lady had money. She paid that autopsy, and she's getting it, but we going to do this, and so we going to be, any of you that can, y'all know how to contact me or either send us an email if you can help out. We want to be able to pay the examiner Monday. I hope that, could you call her, or one of y'all could call her while we're on the air, because we don't want to, think your mom gonna hold up the funeral tomorrow and just go ahead on?
I can go over there as soon as I get off. I wish my phone wasn't there. Yeah. I would have been in the car and answer.
Can you call us back? Tell her we'll get them. Tell her we'll have the money for Monday. We'll pay him Monday. We'll pay him. We need this done. We do not need to. We need to get them. We got them now. We need to get them, and we need to bring the feds in on y'all ass.
I think that too. That's the same thing he said. We need to get the feds.
Yeah. Yeah, they killed that young man, and then they so corrupt. And we know that Chris Reed, that's the reason why he's the chief of police. He's not an incompetent liar. He's a masterful liar, because he lied to Kim Bernard Houston before the city council. Remember when they was investigating Levi Gibbs? He lied then. So, and then he done lied to Willie Ruffin Jr., telling him that the feds have his phone. The feds don't want a phone. They're not going to get your phone.
Lied to Western Linderman too. So
yeah, lied to
investigate Howard Cole and have yet to do it.
Yeah, so all he do is lie. So what they doing now is lying to the family. And we gonna find out where, like Truth Master said, we gonna find out where Molly hit the P. Dice Man, you got those comments up? Well, we finna read those comments and everything. People, I appreciate you guys listening. I appreciate y'all coming here.
Yes, sir.
Okay. We got Tristan B. Hampton says, "What's up, beautiful people?"
What up, Trish?
Hey, Tristan.
What's up, Tristan?
I'm in school with Tristan.
Ellen Franklin says, "Good evening, brothers. Dice, you better leave Hope alone."
There, Marie got my back. Thank you, Marie. Hey.
Yeah, y'all posse up. Ellen Franklin also says, "So proud to see a family member."
Yeah.
Tristan B. Hampton says, "Leave Dice alone."
Okay, Tristan.
Appreciate that, Tristan. Mississippi B. Mac says, "Sup, Hope, Dice Man and Low."
What up?
What'll be, Mac? I'm gonna tell you this, Tristan. You better have more than your self-talk speaking up for him, because I tell you, you better. Kim, how are you up there in? Is that Indiana?
Indiana.
How is that in up there in Kokomo, Indiana? Dice Man, I don't know what side of history. Kim, don't tell me you voted red too.
Mississippi B. Mac also says, "Man, that chicken almost made me run off the road the other day."
Boy, I know what he's talking about. I was getting ready to go somewhere, and he's right. I was getting ready to go somewhere, and I couldn't even go. I had to come back and eat that. Man, that chicken is good. And then the little rolls.
What time they start serving?
When they run out, I don't know. About 5, I guess. But that chicken is good. Boy, I mean, it is good.
At the Knicks, I think.
Yeah, Joanne, if you're watching, a person said something that's really good, y'all need to change that name. You know, they got Knicks at 2 up there. Yeah, that need to go. But we still coming.
I thought it was stop and go.
It's got Knicks at 2 up there.
Hey, Miss Joanne.
All right, Joanne Holt says checking in.
Hey, Joe. She heard what I just
Right
said.
on time.
What up, JoJo?
Louise Jones says hello, everyone.
Hello, Miss Jones.
Hello, Miss Jones.
Me and Mrs. Jones. We don't have a thing going on.
No, you don't.
Boy, I'm gonna get stabbed now. I don't know why I said that, boy. Woo, I'm gonna get stabbed.
Yeah, Tony gonna get you.
Yeah, she gonna get me. She don't play.
All right, Ellen Franklin says, I see Roy Benjamin was found guilty of federal extortion, but what about 3 police officers who stole all that time? This city is below pathetic in their corruptness.
He wasn't found guilty. He pleaded guilty.
Oh.
I don't think he's gonna do any time.
Come on, 20 years.
They actually dropped one of the charges.
Did they work some deals out?
No, I don't think any.
We'll talk later about that.
But you know, I hated that for Roy because he was a stellar officer, and he was actually helping somebody out, and did what happened to him. They just go to show how they appreciate him, turned them up. But he learned that from somebody that inside MPD, someone with a different tone of skin than I. Yeah. It's all gonna come out.
It's funny how they can do all these things that was a whole lot worse than what he did, and they continue to be able to seem to do these things. And look what just happened to her family. And it's not going to get better, people, but it's up to us. And we know now. That's the reason why the title said, if you know about something, you need to do something about it.
You remember years ago when they came after Harry Morgan? You remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Harry Morgan can't help you, just can't be helped. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Well, you know how they learned that, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Not being racist, but white folk taught them that.
Yeah, sure did.
And when they were getting so much money, they turned them in.
Sure did.
Okay. Fred Welch says, good evening, good people.
Oh, Mr. Fred.
So Fred, Ellen Franklin also says, you need to do that Tuesday and address the Hardy, Ruffin, Gibb, and Benjamin situation today. Okay, she was talking about the debate. Okay, Ellen Franklin also says, through the years, there have been people to speak out. We've just always been outnumbered.
And then we don't follow through. We got to start following through, and we got to help this family, Marie. We cannot let this family bury the evidence. That's basically what'll be happening. They'll be burying the evidence, and they'll be able to get out of it.
Okay, Mary Etheridge says, hello, Mr. Holt and Dice Man and Miss Lolo.
What up, Mr. Etheridge?
Hey, Mary.
I grew up on the south side of town and attended kindergarten at East End and attended Mount Barton. I agree with you, Dice Man. Trump will win. Okay, thank you, Miss Etheridge.
She didn't say that.
Look at Brady. He'll be like,
I finished it. She done lost her damn mind. Dice over here, Dice over here telling me stories now. Shook me up. I finna fall out the cell again. What? We got 2 of them living in the state. I finna fall out. I'm finna faint. We got 2 of them in the state of Lauderdale County. Dice one of a kind. I'm telling you, he's unique.
Wait until the show open. Wait until the show is over and they go back and read and see it's really there. Okay, all right, here we go. Moving on. Ellen Franklin says Trump is already lost and is so far gone out the door already. If they tried to reverse this 70 million votes Biden/Harris received, this entire country would probably revolt.
81 million votes. Trump got 74, I think. Yep, 74.
Okay, Mr. B. Mac says when you embalming make a 3-4 inch incision on the
throat,
collarbone to assess the artery to perform the embalming process. I did that kind of work for 8 years.
So, but why, B-Mac, did they do that? When they used to go inside, they used to hit that artery inside that thigh. And, you know, in the thigh is what they did, and then drained out the neck, and they did it differently for him. It could be that his organs and things could have been messed up real bad. I don't know. That's my story.
She said that's how she got to it. That's the only way she could get to it.
Could have been rejected.
She said what?
That's the only way she could get to his heart or something, she was saying. That lady at the front of him.
Wow.
I asked her. I asked everything.
Man, boy, I didn't say your life for nothing. That girl's smart, man. She on the splat.
Oh, Oh, yeah.
That's your twin over there.
I have a sister that's a mortician.
Yeah.
My sister Annie Reed, she's a mortician.
We gotta ask her too.
So-
Yeah, we gonna get all that. We gonna find out what Molly here the P at the Truth Mouth said. Nice.
I mean, I'm certainly at the front home told her that.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Yeah.
asked her.
She said she
That's
couldn't
what they
get. That was the only way she could get to his heart. That mean all that stuff inside the body is damaged and messed
That's
up.
why his stomach like that.
Yeah, they bust his stomach. The intels in the stomach probably came out.
My mom said that. They did something. They messed
Yeah.
up.
Okay, Elena Marie Davis says, hello, everyone. I hope you all are well.
We
What's
are.
up?
Hey, Miss
Hello,
Davis.
Miss Davis. Good friend of mine. Joanne Holt says, you got my donation.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joanne.
Dixieland Bushwhacker says, that's the name.
It sound like,
Dixieland Bushwhacker. He said,
that sound like a Trump supporter.
that sounds like to me. You finna get kudos to your brother, Dice.
Keep up the good work, nice.
Democrats gotta quit playing, man. If she has pictures of him alive after a beating, then it'd be hard to prove he got more bruises at the time of his demise.
The first time y'all got beaten in his face area, it shouldn't explain why he got bruises in his chest area.
And not only that, it was like, wasn't it 2 months? How far apart was it too?
It was a
About 2 months,
Yeah,
wasn't it? Yeah, it was 2 months. He had time to heal. He got healed from the first beating.
right.
Yeah, and the
It was
next time they
extra.
killed him. And then what we're talking about is just the external. You know, if he had internal injuries, it still was. You know.
Yeah, it was just they just beat him in the face the first time, and we had the stitches in his head.
Yeah, I saw those
It,
stitches.
it shouldn't explain why he bruising all down there.
Yeah.
And other areas either.
Okay, Thais says, hey, everyone.
Hey, Tom.
What up, Thais?
Hey there, Thais. Dixieland Bushwhacker also says, I'm sorry for their family's loss.
Thank you.
Felicia Brown says, hello, you all. Sorry I'm late. That's what they had planned to do to my brother. Kill him, but sorry, he's still living. Ice Force, Matthew
That's right.
Spears, and Alex Lee.
That's the two. That's them. That's you just described
That's what it said.
Alex Lee, and I'm gonna show Ted. We have pictures.
My sister then was there the whole time. See, I wasn't there. Just the fact I'd be with my niece and
It's,
that's my brother's child. that
We're
I
gonna
take
figure
care
out a
of.
way for me to
I ain't
come
been
to
there.
him, and I'll show him
They
some
know
pictures.
that.
And
They know when they see him.
yeah, I'm gonna show it to him. I got the pictures. I got pictures of both of them. We got pictures.
They
I got that whole video of that beating.
My family do too. They got pictures on. They
No,
was
no,
there.
no. I'm talking about the beating
Oh.
of Levi Gibbs.
Oh.
These officers, the same two officers, I have pictures of them. I'm going to let him see them, and then he going to identify them.
It's so wild.
Okay, Sammy Franklin says,
Can she wait or she can't wait?
She said she can fix it.
Tell her, I'll guarantee it.
Okay.
Tell her, I'll guarantee it. And you know what I mean by that. When I say I guarantee it, if don't nobody do anything, I'll do what I have to do, you know. I guarantee it. I just trust I know that if I go to Lee Arthur, and I know if I go to Fred, I know they going to help out.
You say you guarantee it.
Yeah, tell her I guarantee it.
But, yeah,
Go ahead, Dice.
you say you guarantee it.
okay, Sammy Franklin says, Eddie, I love Dice, but I am blue all the way.
That's my brother right there.
No, that's Miss Franklin in
Yeah.
Kokomo. Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. That's in, in
That's Kim
Kokomo.
Franklin.
Oh, you said Sammy.
Well, that's the name she used on here.
Okay, all right, okay. All right, then. Well, you sure enough. We love you, Dice.
We'll be talking about that when I get off this show.
We love you, Dice, but we don't agree with your principles.
All right.
Well, not about Trump anyway.
Gotcha. Small Town, Mississippi says, is that across from those apartments downtown, the Nixie 2?
Yeah, it's downtown by the Temple Theater. Right next to it on 8th Street. Nixie too. No,
I'm
no,
not
no,
sure
no.
what apartment they're talking about.
No. There's no the parking garage is closer to the parking garage, but it's right on the same side that Temple Street Theater's on one side of the street, and Nixie 2 is on the other side. It's a service station that's not open anymore, but that's where it is.
There's an apartment on the other side of it.
Show is, that's right, there is right. See, I told you Lolo knows. See, I just didn't want to say it every show Lolo knows, but Lolo do know. But she is right. I forgot about them apartments. You are correct, sir.
Small Town Mississippi also says the look on y'all's face when Dice was reading that comment.
Sure right. We shocked. Dice, we gonna get him a job as a comedian too. You too. Two Belt got my back. Him and Miss Two Belt. Miss Two Belt finna come with a skillet, boy. She don't play.
Okay. Dixieland Bushwhacker says, "Keep up the good work, Dice."
Oh, Lord. We already know.
For the camera.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Mississippi B-Mac also says Dice Man's fan group is getting bigger and bigger.
It's only three. It's only two of you guys. Only two.
Get smaller and smaller.
Two.
Say jump on the Dice train. Ha ha. That's right, baby.
Hey, look here. If Donald Trump would have got as many votes as he has fans, then it wouldn't even be in court now. He didn't get but two.
I'm gonna get Trump on the show.
Bring him. Bring him.
Boy.
All right, and that's it.
That's it.
Yeah. That's it.
Hey, anything you want to say to the people? Anything you want to talk about before we close out?
Did you read the link I sent you yesterday regarding Jerome Irby?
Yeah, talk about it.
Jerome Irby, I think that was in 2004. 2004, he was charged with a cell charge set up by an informer, and he spent approximately 6 years in Lauderdale County Jail. When he went to court, Judge Robert Baylor, not the son now,
Senior,
but the daddy, told him he need to serve 2 more years. They had done lost all the evidence, no audio, none of that. Even the witness, that informer, had passed away. So Jerome Irby acted the donkey inside the courtroom. Robert Baylor threw the book at him, gave him 60 years in prison. And so what happened was Robert Baylor wasn't running for judge anymore, and Judge Lester Williams wasn't running anymore. And Judge Lester Williams' father, Jerome Irby, mama used to keep the kids and whatnot. So he was the one that actually pardoned Jerome Irby from prison, because Miss Mary Irby used to keep Lester Williams' father, children and stuff like that. So and did cleaning work for him and stuff. So he pardoned the guy after he served 16 years in prison.
Well, it's unfortunate you have to do that much time, but it's good.
Lester Williams even said that the sentence didn't fit the crime. Yeah. In other words, he had no business being in prison for that extended amount of time.
He is one judge that I do miss. He was a good judge. He really was.
Williams.
Yeah, he really was. He ruled against me the first time, and he was within the law. And the second time he ruled for me, when they took me and Randall Jennings both off the ticket, they didn't want us to run. But anyway, Splack, what did her mom say? Did she say okay?
He said he's going to call me back.
Okay. I don't know. She probably.
It ain't up to them. It's up to us. She better.
I don't think she better. I'm going to go.
Yeah. Hey, Dice, anything you want to say?
We good, man.
Want to appreciate and thank all you guys for watching and listening. Thank you for coming by, and we're going to do all we can to help you. And Lo, appreciate you. We're gonna be here. We're gonna take Dice head off, and the Bush Hog man, and the Mississippi B Love,
the Dixie what? The
Dixie Bush Hog. Hey, I can say your names. I ain't gonna remember your names, and I ain't gonna get them right. But I want to thank all you guys for listening and everything. Go Biden, Dice, take it home.